Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
I hope my
Sir.
computer slides are visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Today we will see, in yesterday's class, we have seen your orthographic projection. So today we will see mm, coordinate systems, and then I will show you the GUI of your AutoCAD software, how to use it, and we will start with your AutoCAD software today also. Okay. So let me bring on this side. Now this is good. Okay. Okay. So we will go with what we have seen in last few classes. So this problem we have seen yesterday, okay, and this also we have seen how to solve it. So these 3 or 4 questions I will leave for you as an assignment. I will post this PowerPoint presentation in your canvas so that you will be able to practice these things, how to draw its front view and how to draw its top view. Okay, so now let's move to the new topic. I will share the screen from here. Okay, there are 4 types of coordinate systems in your AutoCAD. So first I will write their name. The first one is your absolute coordinate system. Not working properly. This is some other PowerPoint software. So I think it is not supporting properly. So better I will share the Word file. Okay. Yeah. So this is our AutoCAD interface that you all can see here. Okay. So how to start, I will tell you. Once your installation will be over, then yeah, you can go with your start, and in your program you can see this Autodesk and AutoCAD 2016 English. So in this system 2016 version is installed, so you have to click on that. Once you will start your AutoCAD, you will get this screen. Okay, so here on this side on top left corner, you can see a group of commands which is under draw category. Okay, and next to that is your modify commands. So basically in AutoCAD, there are two type of commands that you can see here. The first one is your draw commands. I'm highlighting it. You can see there on the screen. And the second one is your modify commands. In draw commands, you will see line command. In line also, you have one variant polyline. We will see one by one. What are those? Polyline. There is one more variant called X line. Then in draw command, you have circle, rectangle, ellipse, and arc. Likewise, you have other tools also. These all comes under your draw category. Okay, so here on this side also you can observe those commands are here also. I will highlight it with red color. On left hand side you can see one toolbar is there. So one by one I will show you all them also. And similarly, if you have to do some modification, some manipulation with those lines or the commands that you have used, then you can use your modify command. In modify, what you can do, you can use your move command, you can copy command, stretch, rotate, mirror, trim, fillet, array. So these are your modify commands. So in your Viva examinations or your if you have any written examination, so this is the most commonly asked question. Very often these questions will be asked like name any 5 draw and modify commands. Okay, am I properly audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So you have seen here different type of draw and modify commands in your AutoCAD interface. When you start your AutoCAD, sometimes I have seen the students were not able to see this interface. The previous students might have changed the interface, graphic user interface. Okay, so in that situation, what you can do here at the bottom portion, you can see right corner, you can see one figure of gear is there, one icon of gear is there, that is saying WS current workspace switching. Okay, so when you will click on this, you will be able to see these three options: drafting and annotation, 3D basics, and 3D modeling. So if you are working on 3D modeling and 3D basics, you can go for these two commands, or else if you have to work on 2D drawing, so you can click this drafting and automation. So by default, it will reset everything what is required. So if you will click on 3D, you can see the interface will change. Now here you have your 3D create command and 3D edit command is here. Okay. Similarly, if I will want to combine both of them, If I want to combine this 3D and 2D both, then you have this 3D modeling. So here now you can see draw is also there. Here modify commands are also there that you have seen in your 2D interface, as well as your modeling and solid editing. All the icons will be there in this portion. So initially we will start with 2D drawing. So as soon as you start your AutoCAD, you can go for its workspace default setting. So for that, at the right bottom corner here, you have to click on this gear icon, okay, and then you have to click on drafting and annotations. Once you click on this, your default setting for 2D drawings will appear. Okay, so this is our draw and modify command. So this is how you can start your AutoCAD software. Now, once you have started it, the next thing is you have to go for setting its unit, in which unit you are going to work. Like there are many unit system. It can be in meters, it can be in millimeters, it can be in inches. So for that we need to do the adjustment, and the command is, you can see in the command line I have written units. Okay, once you click on that, this window will appear, and here you can see the first is length. Here you have to keep decimal if you want to go for architectural or engineering, scientific fractional, but by default we keep this as decimal. This precision means suppose you have a line of length 100 millimeters. Okay, so if you want it to write only 100, then you have to go for this first option. If you want to keep after decimal one digit, like 100 decimal 0 so you have to go for this one. So I will suggest you to go with this first one. If required, if you have to work with that much of precision after that decimal 2 digit or 3 digit, then you can accordingly go for different options. Now here the unit you can select, like by default inches is the unit set for this AutoCAD software. So we will take it as millimeters. So these three settings I have done over here: length decimal, precision 0, and here the units I have taken into millimeters. Now click on OK. Unit is set. Now next thing is, after you have set the unit, you have to set the limits. Now first understand what is the meaning of limits. Here you can see one coordinate axis is there, showing horizontal x-axis and vertical y-axis. So this workspace is of infinite dimension. Okay, you can draw at any location, but in case you want to limit the space in which you want to work, in that situation you have to define the limits. So in the command line, here this is the command line. When I'm saying command line, you can see at the bottom, this is your command line. Okay, here you can type limits and then press enter. To define the limit of any working space or any area, we can define it by the rectangle, by a rectangle. Okay, so if you have to denote any rectangle, in that situation you need to specify its corner points. Okay, so at the command line you can see it is asking for lower left corner. Now suppose I have to draw any rectangle. Let me draw one rectangle over here. Yeah, you can see in red color, I have drawn some rectangle over here. So there will be some coordinate for this corner and there will be coordinate for this corner as well. Okay. So what we keep or what we write for this corner, this is your lower left corner, and this is your upper right corner. Okay, so when you will see in the command line here at the bottom, it is asking for the lower left corner. Here you can see the brackets. You can see here, okay, I will write the zoomed version of that. Two brackets like this it is given. It means this bracket is specifying you default value. This bracket is specifying you the default value. If the bracket is a square bracket, then this is option. It will give you the options. Which option do you want to go for? Okay, so here inside you can see 0, 0 is written. Means they are keeping the lower left corner at 0, 0. It means origin. Okay, so let's move ahead with that default value. Lower left corner I want to keep at 0, 0. If you will write 0, 0, then that is fine. If you want to go for what is written inside that bracket, you can hit enter key on your keyboard. Okay, now you can see again in the command line, it is asking for specify upper right corner. Now it is asking for the upper limit. Okay, so by default it is 12,9. Now I want to change this value. I want to keep the size of A4 size paper. So if you remember the A4 size paper, if you remember, what is the size of A4 size paper? Can you tell me, anyone?
210 into 297.
Very good. So this is your, suppose A4 size paper. So as per one of your friend has told, you can see this is 210 and this is your 297. Okay, so the same value I will keep here as your lower upper right corner values. So orientations, you can see whether landscape or portrait, in which mode you want. So accordingly you can keep the values. So I will go with, in X direction 297 and in Y direction I want to move to 10. Okay, or if you want to keep the orientation as I have drawn in this yellow color, so X 210 and Y is 297. Press enter. Now your limits are defined. Okay, now how to see or how to keep that limit, the workspace that you have defined, how to keep that only on your visible workspace screen. So for that, the command is zoom, ZOOM, press enter, and then you can see here now the bracket is square bracket. Okay, so inside this square bracket there are so many options like all, center, dynamic, extend, previous. So as I told you, inside your square bracket your options will come, and here you can see less than and greater than bracket, inside that some real time is written. So I would ask you to click on this all. So what it will do, whatever you have drawn or whatever is your limit that you have specified, that portion will be fitted inside this visible screen. So this is now we have seen. I would like to summarize what are the commands that we have seen right now. You have to start with, when you start your AutoCAD, first you have to set your GUI setting using the key at the right bottom corner. This gear icon is there. From there, you have to select the 2D or drawing and annotations. Thereafter, you have to set your units. So this is the command. Second, we have set limits. And the third one we have set, we have seen zoom command. Okay, so these three commands you can keep in your memory or you can take the running notes. Okay, because wherever you have to draw any drawing, we will start with these three commands only. So you can take a note of it: units, limits, and zoom command. Okay. Hereafter, we will start with some basic drawings, and in that only I will tell you how to draw or how to draw any drawing with using different coordinate systems. So let's start with your coordinate system. I will give the heading here only, coordinate systems. So here in AutoCAD, we have 4 different type of coordinate systems. The first one is your absolute coordinate system. So for coordinate system, I am writing CS. Second one is your relative coordinate system. This is very important. Third one is your polar coordinate system. And the fourth one is your dynamic coordinate system. Okay, so one by one we will see all of them. You might have studied about these coordinate systems in your coordinate geometry when you were studying your mathematics. So I will take a basic example of rectangle. Suppose this is one rectangle I have on the screen. Now, the length is suppose 100 units. And this height is 50. Okay. Now, if I will write the coordinate values of this point, suppose it is starting with origin or 10, 10, let's keep 10, 10. This is the coordinate of, let's name all the corners. I'm writing inside A, B, C, and D. Okay, better to write outside. That is the standard way. So this is my corner A. This is my corner B. Now, can anyone tell me what will be the coordinate values for this corner B? X coordinate first, tell me.
110.
110, very good. Comma?
10.
10, very good. So in X direction, we have moved a value of 100 units initially we have 10. So the x coordinate will be here 110, and in y direction we have not moved any value. So it is as it is. Now coming to this point, yes, please tell me the coordinates.
110,
110 comma
50,
50 plus this
less
value
than 60, 60,
60. Okay, so this will be the coordinate of corner C, and for D it will be
60, comma
10 in x direction. You are not moving the
10,
same
comma
as it is, so it will be 10 comma
60.
and y will be 50 plus 10, that is your 60.
60.
So what I did, I have considered one coordinate system. Suppose this is my origin, this is my x-axis, and this is y-axis, and this is my origin, means 0 comma 0. So based on this coordinate system only, based on this single coordinate system, I have written the coordinates of point A, point B, point C, and point D. Okay, so this single coordinate system is called as your absolute coordinate system. So based on one absolute coordinate system, I have given the coordinate values of all the corners. Okay, so suppose you have to draw one rectangle like this. So rectangle is made up of combination of lines. Okay, here we have rectangle, and rectangle is made up of combination of combining these four sides, four line segments. Okay, and one line segment. Suppose I am talking about this AB, I will take this line AB outside of this. So this line AB is made up of joining 2 points, point number A and point number B. Okay, so always remember, if you want to draw any line, if you want to draw any line, you need at least 2 points. Okay, once you have one line, so by joining different line segments at different angle, you can draw different geometries. Okay, so now I will show you here. Suppose for line command, if you want to draw any line, you have line command. So in the command line, you can see here, I have typed LINE, line. So either you can go for line, or simply you can press L shortcut and press enter. So it will go for line command. Now you can see in the command line, it is asking specify first point. As I have told you, to draw a line, you need at least 2 points. So it is asking for the first point. So let's draw this rectangle using line command. So I will give the first point at 10, 10. You can see in the command line, I am typing 10, 10. Once I have written the value, I will press enter. Now you can see the symbol of my cursor has changed. Now you can see, let me clarify this also. Earlier, when I have not entered any command, okay, at that moment, the cursor was like this, cross symbol, and at the center there was one square or rectangle like this. Once I have entered the line command, after that the symbol of your cursor had changed. Now what is the new symbol? You can observe the central square has disappeared. Now you have only crossbars. one horizontal and one vertical bars. You can cross check here. You can see the symbol of my cursor. I have two intersecting lines, one horizontal and one vertical, as you can see here in yellow color. Okay, and you can see here in command line something is asking. It is asking to specify the first point. Okay, now if I want to come out of any command, if something is written over here, it means I am running in some command mode. If I want to come or exit this command, okay, then you have to press escape key on your keyboard. Okay, so I will press this escape key. Now you can see the symbol of the cursor, two intersecting lines, and at the center some rectangle or a square is there. Watch carefully. So by this also you can see the difference whether you are in your root directory of the command or here some command is already running. Okay, so by the symbol of this cursor you can easily identify. Okay, now once again I will go back to your line command. L enter. First point I will keep 0, 10, 10. Press enter. Now you can see it is somewhere just below or nearby the surface of your command line. Okay. So it is asking for, you can see in the command line, specify the next point. Means it is asking for the coordinate of point number B. So the coordinate values are 110, 10. Press enter. Okay. Now again, we can continue with different values, or I want to see the line which I have drawn. So first you have to come out of this line command. For that you need to press escape key. Okay, I will clear this, or let me clear some of them. Okay. Now at this location, you can see that line is there. Now I will show you how to bring this line to the center location. If you draw sometimes, many times it happens to the students, they have drawn something but they are not able to see where is that line that I have drawn. I'm not able to see that on my screen. So in that situation, what you have to do, you have to go for zoom command, ZOOM. Press zoom and then click on this all. So this is the line. If you will press the scroll key on your mouse, you can pan it, means you can move whatever you have drawn. As you can see, a symbol of hand is visible on your screen. With that, you can move whatever you have drawn in your AutoCAD. Okay, if you will scroll in, scroll out. Scroll in means you will move the scroll key on your mouse towards you or in opposite direction, then you can zoom in or zoom out. Okay, so this is another function. 2, how to pan. How to pan means doing this, moving the entity what you have drawn, and zoom is this. You can zoom in or zoom out. Okay, now let's start with our rectangle command, line command. I want to complete this. So you can see here one green color symbol is indicating that this is your end point. You can see whenever you bring your cursor near to the end point of the line, you can see some green color square is representing that this is the end point of the line. So you can either start from there, you can click, or you can specify the coordinate values. So the coordinate values for point B is 110 comma 10 as I have written on your screen. So we will start from there and going to point C. So the coordinate value of point C is 110 comma 60. In green color you can see we have drawn that rectangle. Now again the value of point D is, coordinate values of point D is 10 comma 60. So we have drawn this point number D as well, and then you can close to point A. So the coordinate values of point A is 10 comma 10. So this is how you can complete this rectangle what we are looking to draw. Okay. So we all now know that this is a rectangle of dimension 100 and this height is 50. So let's give the dimensions. Here in AutoCAD, we can give the dimensions as well. Okay. So where to see where is that dimension key? So dimension option is available here. You can see this is your dimension. You can, if you want to give, means we can give many types of dimension like linear dimension, aligned dimension, angular dimension. Slowly you will learn all of them. So for time being, I will go for this linear dimension. Linear means either horizontal or vertical. So for dimensioning, I want to give the dimension of this lower line. So first click on this point and on second on this point. Then you click where you want your dimension line. So here some dimension is given, but it is not visible. To visualize that, I need to zoom it, and then I am able to see that it is written 100.0000. Okay. So in this scale, it is very small. I am not able to visualize it. So for that, the command is dim style. You can note down the running notes, the commands that I am using over here. Okay. So in your command line, you can see that I have written dim style, DIMSTYLE. There is no space between dim and style. Once again, I will tell you dim style, DIMSTYLE. Then press enter. Once you click on that dim style command, this window will appear. Then I need to modify this dimension style. So click on this modify. Another window will appear. Once you click on this modify, this window will appear on your screen. We will start with the first tab. Here you can see on the top, there are many tabs. So we will start with this first tab, that is your lines. So as you can see here in the black screen, this is small. Whatever the changes that we will do here, that changes will be reflected on this small drawing. Okay, so let me show you with changing the color. I want to change the color of dimension line. Now, what is dimension line? The line with having some arrow, that is called as dimension line. And this vertical line is your extension line. This is your extension line. So let's change the color. See here, I have changed the color of dimension line to green. Now you can visualize that over here. All the dimension line is now becoming green in color. Now I will change the color of this extension line also. Okay, so if you want to keep it green, you keep green. If you want to give some other color, you can give that also. But I will keep it as green only because I consider that extension line is also a part of your dimension line. Okay, so I have converted the color, I have changed the color of your dimension line to green. By default, it was white in color. Now, this was in your first tab. Be careful here, observe carefully. Okay, this is very useful tool because whatever the drawing you will draw, you need to give the dimensions for sure. So wherever you have to give the dimensions, many times you need to change these dimension settings or dimension styles. So coming to your next tab, symbols and arrow. So you can change the symbols, means this arrow symbol. So that I am not going to touch. What I will do, I will change the size of arrow. Arrow size by default, you can see here 0.18. Okay, I will make it to 3 units. Arrow size, rest everything I will keep as it is. Now, moving to the third tab, that is your text. Here, the text height is very small, 0.18. That was not visible with our eyes. So I will change it to a value of 5. You can keep 5 or you can keep 8. Okay, so let's keep 5 only. We will see whether it is visible or not. If you want to change the color of your text also, you can change that. You can keep it as yellow. You can keep it as red. So it depends on you. Whatever the modifications I'm doing, you can see its reflection over here. Now, I have changed the color of my dimension line. I have changed the color of my extension line. I have changed the text height. I have changed the color of my text. Now, coming to fit, this is no need to do any changes over here. Now, coming to your fifth tab, that is your primary units. You can see the precision is 0.0000. That's why it was writing here 100.0000. For after decimal, 4 digits were coming. So let's make it to single zero. So now you can see here single value is coming, after decimal nothing is coming. If you have to give any dimension like 28.5, so in that situation you can keep your precision to 0.0. Okay, so I am keeping the precision as 0. After this, alternate unit, no need to do any modification in this. Tolerances also as it is. Then click on OK. Whatever the changes that you have done here, after that you need to click here on OK. And here, after doing all those modifications, click set current and close. So now you can observe the change what I have done. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
So we have 39 participants. So how to do the or modify this dimension, how to give the dimension and how to modify that dimension style that we have seen. If this is clear to all of you, please type in the chat box, clear sir, CS. CS stands for clear sir. Let me see how many of you are actively listening. I have received only 21 inputs. What about the rest of the students? So you all must listen attentively and then you have to respond because everything is recorded. Now, one student is asking to upload this in Canvas. Okay, I will upload this recorded session to your Canvas. Don't worry. Okay, now we have seen how to give the dimension and how to modify the dimension style. Now you can give the dimension for this as well. Go for aligned and this one is your 50. So this rectangle we have drawn using absolute coordinate system. Okay, so the coordinate system that I have told you, that was absolute coordinate system. In that absolute coordinate system, what I was doing, I was making one coordinate system as my global coordinate system. Okay, now if you remember, there I have written the second coordinate system as relative coordinate system. Okay, so let me explain you once again what is relative coordinate system. So here we have corner A, corner B, C and D. As you all know that the coordinate of point A is 10, 10. Okay. Now, in absolute coordinate system, you have written the coordinate of point B as 110, 10. Okay, this is as per your absolute coordinate system. Now, when I am saying relative coordinate system, so let me draw another rectangle. Okay, and I will give the name to the corners as A, B, C and D. So here relative, I will write the names also. This one is your first, that is your absolute coordinate system. So for coordinate system, I'm writing here CS. Okay, keep that in your mind. This is my second figure, and I want to explain here you relative coordinate system. Relative coordinate system. Okay, so when I'm saying relative coordinate system means, suppose you started your drawing with 10, 10, and the length of this line AB is 100 units. Okay, so I will give the coordinate values of this point B relative to the previous one. Means if I want to give the coordinate of B, how much distance I have to travel in X direction from A to B? Yes, anyone from the class?
100.
110.
100 means I am asking how much distance I traveled from point A to reach point B in X direction. So that is your 100. And in Y direction, what is the value? 0. For reaching to point B from point A, I need to travel 100 units in X direction and 0 units in Y direction. Okay. Now for point C, you people please tell me, okay, how much I need to travel in X direction?
150.
In X direction, suppose
50.
this is my
Zero,
Yes,
sir.
exactly correct. Exactly
Zero.
correct. I need to travel 0
Zero.
units in X direction and in Y direction
20.
50.
50.
50. So this will be my coordinate in relative coordinate system. Again, for point number D,
100, 0.
100,
if your coordinate is like this for every corner, your coordinates are like this. So if you will write 100, it will move in positive
0,
direction.
100.
So in
Minus
X
100,
direction, you
0.
need to move. Yes, exactly correct. Minus 100, in Y direction, you need to move 0. So this is our coordinate values for relative coordinate system. And the thing that you have to keep in your mind here, what we are doing, we are giving the coordinate values of any point related to your previous point. Based on A, we are giving the coordinate of B. Based on this B, we are writing the coordinate values for C. Okay, so every time we are changing our coordinate system, every time. Okay, my origin is shifting. For this particular case, my origin is located over here, and this origin is same throughout for point A, for point B, for point C, or point D. The origin was same. Okay, but here for every point, suppose I'm want to give the coordinate of point C, so the origin is located at this location. Okay, if I want to give the coordinate of D related to point C, then my origin is located over here. Okay, so this is the concept of your relative coordinate system. Now, this I have written the coordinate values. What will be its syntax in AutoCAD? Like earlier, here I was directly writing 10 comma 10. Here I was writing 110 comma 10. Okay, but for this case, initially you have to give 1 point. Suppose you have given this 10 comma 10. Okay, now the next point will be you have to write at the rate 100 comma 0. For this you need to write at the rate. When you will write at the rate, then computer will understand that you are giving something relative value. So at the rate 0 comma 50 for corner D, we will be having the command will be at the rate minus 100 comma 0. So this is the theory. Now we will see its example by drawing one figure on this using this AutoCAD system. So I need to remove these annotations. I will delete it, but keep this in your mind. Okay. Or better, I will switch the screen. Will it work? No, it will not work because it is written on the screen only. Okay, let me clear it, no issue. Now, again, I will go for your line command. For line command, you can go for L, enter, specify the first point. Since our global coordinate value 10 comma 10 is over here, so I will not give this 10 comma 10. Instead, I will start drawing from here. Okay, now first point I have specified dynamically on the screen. Hereafter, I will put the values. At the rate, I want to move 100 in X direction and 0 units in Y direction. So like this. Now again, from this point B to point C, you can see in the command line, I have written at the rate. In X direction, I want to move 0. And in Y direction, I want to move 50 units. Press enter. Now, for point C, we have obtained. Now coming to point D, at the rate, I want to move minus 100, comma, Y is 0. And then you can close it either dynamically, or if you want to go with coordinate values, it will be at the rate. In X direction, you have to move minus 50, comma, in Y, in X direction, you have to move 0, comma, Y direction is your minus 50. Is that correct? So this is your rectangle using, we have drawn that same rectangle with that same dimension. Okay, but here you have seen the command has been changed. So you can cross check by giving the dimensions. Yes, it is exactly with that same value, 100 comma 50. So this is your relative coordinate system. Now coming to your polar coordinate system. So I will make it small so that I can accommodate those two figures also in this same screen. Okay. So I will write here. First one is your absolute coordinate system. Second one is your relative coordinate system. Okay. Third one is your, that I'm going to draw now, is your polar coordinate system. And fourth one we will see later. Okay. So let me draw one rectangle over here. Almost of this size. Okay. Now, as you all know, it's how to write the coordinate values in your absolute, how to write your coordinate values in relative. Now, coming to your polar coordinate system. If you have studied in your coordinate geometry, if you have to, suppose this is your coordinate axis X and this is your Y. In Cartesian coordinate system, we keep X and Y. In polar coordinate system, what we keep, let me write here. If suppose some point is here, in Cartesian coordinate system, its coordinate is X comma Y. Okay. In polar coordinate system, you have to, suppose you have any point, you need to connect that point with your origin. Okay. So when you connect this point with your origin, it will make some angle with your x-axis, if this is your x-axis. So it is making an angle theta, and how far is that point from this origin? So suppose it is at a distance of r. So in polar coordinate system, the coordinate of this point is r comma theta. Got my point? So now we will give the coordinate values of this rectangle using your polar coordinate system. Now, suppose you have started with that same value, 10 comma 10. Okay, initially you have to give some value. So let us keep it at 10 comma 10. Now, what is the distance? What is the value of this length?
100.
100. So what I will write, at the rate 100 distance I have to travel, and what is the angle of this line with x-axis?
Eta.
90.
90 degrees.
90, sir.
This is your x-axis and this is your line. Now tell me.
0 degrees.
0 degree. So you have to write like this. At the rate 100, angle 0. Means what is the difference here you are writing? Here you are writing at the rate 100, comma 0. So this is the difference. Here we are keeping this less than symbol to represent the angle. Okay. If you write comma, then it will understand relative coordinate system. If you will give this less than symbol, then it will understand polar coordinate system. Okay. Now, coming to your point number C. Now, this answer I want from you people. Okay. At the rate, how much distance you have to travel from
50.
this point to this point? 50. And at what angle?
50 less than 90.
Less than 90.
90 degrees.
Okay. Okay, very good. Now coming to your point number D, it is at the
Minus
rate.
100.
What is the distance you have to travel?
Minus 100.
Minus 100.
Distance cannot be minus. Okay. Okay. Because here we have to manipulate with angles. Okay. Let me explain it with more clarity. Suppose this is your x-axis in horizontal direction. So this angle is 90 degree. If you have to move up to here, your line is like this. So this angle will be 180 degrees. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now tell me, how much distance?
100
Less than
less than 90.
180. if you will keep 90, then it will go in vertical direction, na? So this will give you, suppose this is your angle, na? This is your angle. So it is 180 degrees. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Sir,
this
once
is,
again,
Sir,
repeat,
once
sir.
again, sir. Repeat
Repeat,
once.
sir. 180.
okay. Just give me 1 minute. Let me draw one rectangle. Okay. Okay. Now, suppose this is, this length is 100, this is 50. Okay. And first point coordinate is 10 comma 10. Okay. Now, what we will do, we will draw, or we will write the commands for our third coordinate system, that is polar coordinate system. Okay. Now I want you people, my dear students, you will be able now to answer what will be the coordinate of this B in AutoCAD command line. Okay, so you have to write at the rate,
100 less than
100 less than 0.
distance is
0
100,
degree.
angle is
0 degrees.
0 degree. Very good. Here you are in the same direction. So theta equals to 0 degree.
0.
Here at this point, this angle is theta
90
equals
degree.
to
90.
90 degree. Now here, this is your x-axis, and you need to draw a line which is making this much angle. So here your theta is
180.
That's 80 degrees.
180 degrees. Now coming to this point, your x-axis is in this direction, and you have to make an angle from here up to here. So what is this value? Theta equals to 90 plus 90 plus 90. It will be
270.
270.
270 degrees.
Okay. So this is the angular values I have written. Now you can write easily at the rate distance from point B to point C
50
50.
less than,
less than 180 degrees.
no, from B to C
90.
90.
90, sir.
90. Okay. Now from point C to point D. So at the rate,
Minus
100.
50.
100.
100 less
Ah,
at
than
the rate 100 less than
Comma 90.
Less than
Less than
180.
180. Very good. Good. Now from point D to point A, now you have to come. Okay. So your command will be at the rate, length is
50.
270
50, angle is
50 less than 270.
less than 270.
very good, very good, very good. So now we will try to draw that same rectangle using our polar coordinate system. I hope the concept is clear to everyone. So
Yes, sir,
let's
clear.
move
Yes,
on
sir.
to our AutoCAD. I will clear this annotations. Yeah. Coming back to my AutoCAD. And here, see, when I am coming to my AutoCAD, you can see in command line something is written. So in that situation, you have to press escape key of your keyboard so that I can come to my root command directory. Nothing is over here. Okay. Now, the first command that we have to go here is line L, enter, specify the first point. So I want to draw that figure over here. So dynamically, I will allocate the first point. Now, from here onwards, I will be using that polar system. So at the rate, I want to move 100 units, and the angular value is 0 degree. So you can see in the command line carefully. In your mobile screen, it will be visible very small. So you need to see it very carefully. At the rate, length is 100, angle 0. Press enter. Now you can see we have got that line. Now coming to the next point, at the rate, length is 50 and angle is 90 degree. Press enter. Now again, coming to your point number D, at the rate, length you have to travel 100 and angle you have to travel 180 degree. Press enter and coming to the point A again, at the rate
50 to 70.
length is 50 and angle is 270.
270.
Press enter. So this is your rectangle is ready. Now you can check by giving the dimensions whether you have got that same rectangle or not.
Yes, sir.
So this is your polar coordinate system. Now, the fourth one that I have told you is dynamic coordinate system. Okay, let me write here. I will write here all of the coordinate systems. The first one was your absolute coordinate system. This is your second one, relative coordinate system. This is your third one, polar coordinate system. And the fourth one is your dynamic coordinate system. Okay, that I will directly write here. Fourth, dynamic coordinate system. So this is the most often used coordinate system in your AutoCAD. Okay, and why it is called dynamic? Because dynamically we can allocate the points on the screen. So no need to explain its keyword, what we have to use to draw that figure. Directly you can go for line command, L enter. Suppose I want to draw that rectangle over here, starting from this point. So first point I will allocate. Now see here. See carefully the cursor. This from this point, infinite lines can be drawn with different angles. Okay, but I want a horizontal line. So here at the bottom, you can see ortho mode. Here are some tools. So here you have one icon called ortho mode, showing you perpendicular sign over here. The shortcut key for this ortho mode is F8 on your keyboard. So either you can click it. If you will click it, you can see now the color has changed to blue. Earlier it was white. When it is off, when it is on, it is blue. So when you switch on your ortho mode, what will happen? You will be able to draw only horizontal or vertical lines. So in such situation, this ortho mode tool is very, very useful. Now we have decided that we want to move in horizontal direction. By what distance? I need to draw a line at 100. So
100.
simply you type 100 on the command line. Nothing to do. Simply type 100 by giving the direction in which direction I want to move. So I want to move on right hand side of the point and the unit is length is 100. Press enter. Now I want to move vertically upward direction. So you take your cursor in vertical upward direction and specify the value through your keyboard on the command line 5050. Press enter, you will get a line of length 50. Now, no need to specify any angle. Simply with your cursor, with the help of your mouse, you specify the direction that you want to move in this direction. Okay, with your mouse and what value? 100. So type 100 using your keyboard, press enter. Now in this direction, I want to move 50.
50.
Press 50, press enter. So this is what we were looking to draw. So this is the simplest one and most used coordinate system. But at many places, those polar and relatives are used. So you should know about those coordinate systems also. In our drawings, basically, we will be using this dynamic coordinate system quite often. Okay. So these are the 4 coordinate systems that we have studied today. So if I will brush up the entire thing, or if I want to put up all the things on a one slide, let me clear it. Clear all drawings. I will delete all these diagrams also. Control A on your keyboard, it will select the entire thing. Delete, press delete. So everything will be deleted. Okay. Now, once again. So what we have learned today, first thing you have learned how to start AutoCAD, how to start AutoCAD. Okay. We have seen after that what is draw commands, and we have also seen what is modify commands. Okay, this is your draw command window. This is your modify. In draw, you have line, polyline, circle, arc, rectangle, ellipse, every hatching. So we will see them with the course of time. Okay, you just see or you can keep in your mind the names of those commands. So I will try to write over here, just below draw, I will write line command. There is polyline. What is polyline? We will see in next class. One more type of line you will see, X line. Then circle. So there are many commands that we will see. Okay, for time being, you just know that here you have draw commands. Likewise, your modify commands also we will list out here. What is your modify commands that we can see? Move, rotate, mirror, copy, stretch, scale, trim, fillet, array. So these are your modify commands. So I will write here, move. We have not used it today, okay? But just I have given you the name that this comes under modify category. Rotate, trim, mirror. So one by one, we will see in later classes about this draw and modify commands. After this, what we have seen the third one, units. Then you have seen limits. Let me draw a line over here. The fifth one we have seen after limits, line command. Sixth is your, after when we learn line command, we have seen how to give dimensions, how to modify dimension style. So the command was dim style. This is very useful tool, dim style. I will underline it. Then after that, we have studied coordinate systems. In coordinate system, we have gone through 4 type of coordinate system. The first one is your absolute coordinate system. Second one is your relative coordinate system. Third one is your polar coordinate system. And fourth one is your dynamic coordinate system. So we have seen one example also for all these coordinate systems. So this is what we have studied in your today's class. So if you have any doubt, now you can ask me. Now the session is open to all. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Or if it is clear, you type in the chat box, clear, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
once send the WhatsApp group link, sir.
Okay. Just wait a minute. So here you can see the WhatsApp link. At the same time, I would like to share you that Google Forum link also. Till now, I have received 42 responses in your Google form.
Sir,
Yes.
can you create a Canvas account today, sir,
Yeah, I will create it today.
and upload
Today evening, I will create that group and I will upload this today's lecture also.
Okay, thank
So
you,
Google
sir.
Form link here also I have pasted. So if any students joined this class new, so he must fill this Google form so that I can get your details. Okay. And based on that, I will create your canvas. Okay. So by today evening,
Sir, already created now, sir.
canvas is created already.
Yes, sir. You only created now, sir.
Let me check. I don't remember. Just give me 1 minute.
Because subject is GDM G1 G2 is visible, sir.
Oh, yes, I
Subject
have
in the
already
course.
created. Yes. Yes. I have already created and I have sent the invitation also. Yeah.
Sir, but for me not came, sir.
Okay. Maybe by that time, you people have not filled that Google form. So I will add the remaining students, those who have not received that uh, invitation. You can fill that form once again, or maybe I have not put the updated email IDs. So by today evening, I will update all the email list. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And I will upload today's class lecture also. It will be helpful for you all people. So that's all from my side for today's class. If you have anything to ask, you people, feel free to ask me. And one
Sir,
more
I
thing,
have got
I want to tell you people. You people, if you have your laptop with you, then try to install this software in your system, and then you can practice also. So I will show you the website from where you can download it.
Lagging, sir.
You can go to get into PC.
Sir, it is taking lot of time to download.
Because the file size will be more now. So that's why it will take some time. The file size, I think it will be 4 GB or something like that. So you need of that much of data also in your mobile phone. Or if you are using Wi-Fi, then that is fine. So if any of your friend is having Wi-Fi connection with unlimited downloading capability, then you can use your friend's Wi-Fi, or else you need to recharge for your 4 GB data and then you can download it. And once you download it, if any one of you will keep the downloaded setup, then in next class, I can give you a demo how to install it, or else you can search on YouTube also. There are so many videos available on how to upload, how to install your AutoCAD software. Okay.
Sir, we can do it in phone, sir, mobile phone.
So directly search AutoCAD 2016.
Oh, that link is there, but you will not get that much of flexibility. Okay, there are so many means uh, you can have a feeling like you have your AutoCAD in your mobile phone, but the tools and the commands, that much flexibility is not there in that application. Your sound is breaking. I'm not able to listen you. Whatever you have asked, your sound is not coming. It is in broken format coming. You type in the chat box whatever you are asking. The sound is breaking. I'm not able to
Am I
understand.
still audible, sir? Still,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir.
Please carry on.
Send the link on WhatsApp.
Of what link? Of that
This,
AutoCAD?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will
Will
share you.
yes, sir.
I will share you that link also.
Okay, sir. Because we will download it in mobile phone and we can paste it in the PC now, sir. Like the systems are not that fast enough in downloading using this hotspot with the data.
You can, I think, get it from this Play Store. I think it is showing here.
Not the mobile version, sir.
It is not
The
mobile.
PC version.
So it is.
Yeah, the PC version.
But here it is writing AutoCAD mobile. Here it is showing AutoCAD mobile version. So you please
No,
check it.
sir, not
And
not
if
the
you will
mobile
not,
version.
if you will not get it, I will share with you the mobile link also. Okay. Yeah, I think this one is that web.autocad.com. This you can try what you are getting. For this, you need to create some free account. Then you can use this web.autocad.com also. Okay. So, so that's all from my side. Now we will close the class.
Okay, sir.
Have a nice day and
Thank you, sir.
stay home, stay safe. Now again the cases are increasing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yes, someone is asking something.
Sir, you told to go with getintopc.com now, sir. But I done completely, but it is asking activation code. How to go with activation code, sir?
Means you have done the installation complete.
Yes, sir. In there, some video is attached. I have followed it properly and completely.
So that at the end of installation, you need to activate or crack the software. Okay. So if you will share me that video, okay, then I will tell you how to activate it. Okay. You
No,
share with
sir.
me.
In that video, it is not there, sir.
Oh, in that video,
In
it is
that
not
video,
there.
yes, sir. Only installation it is there, but how to get activation code, it is not there, sir. Can you help, sir?
So in that case, I have to take the remote access of your computer. Okay. So someday means tomorrow after this class, tomorrow evening you
Yes,
contact
sir.
me. Okay. Tomorrow evening you contact me around 8 p.m. Okay. I will try to help you.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Okay,
chalo.
sir.
Okay, chalo.
If shall I show that screen or no need, sir?
Tomorrow evening you contact me. First, I will try to see what is your problem, and
Okay, sir.
then we can show it to your entire class. Okay.
Okay, sir. Tomorrow evening I will contact you, sir.
Yes, tomorrow you contact me.
Okay, sir.
share this get into PC link on WhatsApp, sir.
You can search is there
AutoCAD.
in the on that
AutoCAD.
website. There are so many versions, but I will prefer 2016 version. Okay, 2016 version. Why? Because in your lab also, when you will come, if the situation will become normal, then it will be handy with you people. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, chalo.
Tomorrow at what time I need to contact, sir?
8
4
p.m. 8
8.
p.m.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, chalo.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.